YouTube channel, if I'm going to post videos where people can actually see them. Here you go. I feel stupid, but I finally, fishing-wise, got to where I caught a few fish today, and I feel like I could actually edit something together and make it look somewhat decent. There is some podcast video in the background, but other than that, on some of the fish catches. Other than that, you can see everything I did today. Active target bass.
You know, for the TVA in the wintertime, a lot changes over that span, and I think really, you know, it starts when they start floating in the fall, more toward the river channel, and it progresses until really kind of what we were dealt, you know, where they get in very cold water, they get on the bottom, they get around those bait fish populations, and it's about finding somewhere that they can both kind of winter and reside and finding a bait. And this kind of zone, in my opinion, persists until as soon as it starts raining hard and the water starts turning color and the current kicks up. That is
Cat Daddy.
The official end of winter. Now you're talking, this is early spring.
Damn.
And that's in my opinion, on Gunnersville and most of the TVA lakes.
That sucks.
When that can be not there, but now you know they're probably not going to be there. Not think or hope. Like, as soon as they cut scope off, they're not going to be where they were anymore. And like how you play that throughout your day. You know, one that sticks out to me last year is like when we were at Nickajack and we kind of came out there, everybody was pretty raw. They didn't, you know, most of the guys that made that knockout round haven't been there for much time or at all leading up to that knockout round. And I chose to gamble half my day side scanning, looking for a place that I could go fish bedfish. And like that wasn't even like, yes, you could make that gamble back in the day, but you couldn't do that in every account very well in, for example, 2024. You wouldn't have been able to do that because everyone had scope on it. You would have got buried too deep, so you wouldn't have been able to make it back in one period. But I was able to go find some fish, and I charged back from I was in 18th to start.
Oh, that's a fat one.
The last period, I came back to 4th. Like, that's a strategy element. That was a gamble.
That's a nice one.
That I made. And he's like, when we pull up, it's gonna make sense to you as to why they're here. We pull up, and I'll be like, I'm gonna be honest, boss man. It just looks like flat water, and then you go, and I'm like, oh damn. So that's what I was supposed to be looking for. But it was cool. But to circle back around to the conversation about like how complex tournament fishing has gotten, the concept of like how risk averse you are and what you're willing to gamble really did not exist in a
Oh, that's a big one.
Because the rules now, if you are to fish for offshore fish, you are going to get faced with this dilemma. Mystical.
Bigger one. Ha! Yes. I'm figuring it out. That's a post spawner.
Self-film enough at a tournament to generate a storyline, because Jake is busy working on things related to the tournament from the moment he wakes up to the moment he goes to sleep at night. I generally am not. I'm prepared, but I'm not as I guess, comprehensive in my preparation for a tournament day, for example, like I am on an off day or something. I'm a little bit simpler. I'm a little bit more, I guess, consolidated. And so I've got a little more free time. But man, it's hard to run a tournament and self-film stuff. And a lot of these guys that do really, really good work on YouTube, you know, their time is very valuable. And to be able to have that amount of time that would be required to create, you know, a good tournament recap vlog, it's just like it's very labor intensive. And when we're at tournaments, time is of the essence. So, but yeah, what will YouTube do? What?
You gotta sleep at some point.
You gotta sleep at some point. And for me,
Another 3-pounder.
Another aspect of it is I sleep.
Oh, that's a catfish. Caught me another cat. Big one. Big old catfish. So this time of year on Toledo Bend, everybody's beating the bank. If I was to show you, I've got 80 boats around me, but they're all up shallow. I just got active target for my boat, and I'm stubborn. I want to learn how to do that. I can fish up shallow and catch them, but I'm not good at this. So I spent a lot of time today trying to figure this whole thing out, and I've pretty much for the entire weekend actually, and I think I've caught up until today, I think I caught like 3 fish all weekend, and then today I caught several, and some nice ones. But I found some timber outside of a major spawning creek, with a creek channel swing that comes up against it, and I was throwing the new Strike King sonar minnow, and I would just find groups of fish swimming through the trees, and as I could catch up to them, I'd cast in them and pull one off, and then I'd have to go re-find them again. Not like reeling them in every cast, but it's still fun, and I'm learning about the technology. Plus, I caught some not so desirable fish. So, all right. That's the biggest one of the day. Come here. Yeah. So to recap the day, I didn't kill them by any stretch of the imagination. I only caught a handful of fish, and none of them were giants. But for my third trip with Active Target 2 on my boat, I'll take it. Only my fourth time ever to fish with the technology. I'm pretty pleased with my progress so far. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Adios.